trying to make the team. He had to drop out of the 10,000. He's going to try to make the team at 5,000. He's trying to come back from a car accident that occurred in May. He describes what happened.
Early May, I was rear-ended in my car outside of my home, just about a quarter mile from my home in Indianapolis, and didn't really notice anything for a little while, but a week later it just hit me. I couldn't run, and I missed a lot of time from it, and I'm completely healthy now as far as the back goes. It's just a matter of fitness and timing to regain the fitness that's necessary to make an Olympic team.
Kennedy, the American record holder in this event, was 6th at the Olympics in Atlanta. And another man that's trying to come back from injury, Adam Goucher, who beat Kennedy to win the U.S. championship last year. He's had an Achilles injury.
A very bad Achilles injury, but he recovered from that. And then about 10 days ago, while shoveling stone at his house, he did something to his hip, and that's what's been bothering him. It bothered him after the trials race, and he actually left town in a van, laid down in the van, drove up to Lake Tahoe, and had a masseuse work on it for the last 48 hours. So that's really what his worry is today.
And the Hauser twins, representing Stanford, are in the final. Brad Hauser won the 5,000 and 10,000 at the NCAA championships. Brent, a 4-time All-American. And another Stanford runner is in here, Jonathan Riley. Riley, you may remember, originally didn't qualify after losing a shoe in his heat, but the officials added him to the field in the final. He'll be a senior at Stanford in the fall. So Stanford has 3 runners in this 5,000 final. There's Riley in the Stanford shirt, 7.72 so far with both shoes on.
And Riley's run the equivalent of a 3:55 mile, so I got to believe, given this second chance to run the 5,000, he could do a pretty good job. The Hausers, who are his teammates, well, I talked to their coach, Vin Lanana, and he's a little worried that their legs are dead after that 10,000 meters.
Well, it appeared that no one wanted the lead there as the race began.
Well, the big suspense is over very quickly, as the theory would be, since Bob Kennedy is a little rusty, doesn't have good finishing speed like he's used to having in previous years. He's saying right off the bat, the pace is going to be fast. We're going to have to run fast enough so that it doesn't come down to a kick. I need to make this team. He said this is going to be one of the hardest things he's ever had to do.
So Bob Kennedy going right to the front early in this race. Chris Graff is tracking him in second place. Andre Williams is third as they begin to string out now. Peter Sherry in the fourth place. They're the top 4 opening up a little bit on the second pack. So it's Kennedy, Graff, Williams, and Sherry in the lead pack.
And perhaps the Hausers are leading that second pack. We mentioned their legs might be dead, and nobody's taking the initiative to go around them. The thought process in that second pack might be, okay, Bob, you're going to go out and set a fast pace, but if nobody comes up there and helps you out, gradually you're going to slow down, and our second pack is going to catch your first pack.
Now, Matt Lane, the former William and Mary runner, leads that second pack, actually still at William and Mary. He'll be a senior in the fall. Bob Kennedy leads the men's 5,000 meters just underway in Sacramento. We'll return for more coverage right after this.
Is he in there? Oh, obviously we showed him, but where'd he go? Oh, he's in last place. Oh, boy. So that's a great shot to come out to. Goucher in last place. He's moving out. No, didn't he move up? Where'd he go? Where'd he go?
He's not there.
Yeah, is he in there?
Well, there he is. There he is, yeah. There he is.
He moved so fast, Walter lost him.
It's Kennedy, Graff, Williams, Sherry.
Yeah. Who's Graff? I don't know.
Nine. Yeah. Has he changed it yet? Nine laps. Okay. 8 laps to go in the men's 5,000 final. Bob Kennedy has built a pretty good lead. Chris Graff second, Andre Williams third, Peter Sherry is fourth, then a gap back to Mark Davis. Adam Goucher has now moved up, and Jason Stewart.
Bob Kennedy is running a pace of 13:05 for 5,000 meters. That's 6 seconds faster than anyone in the field has ever run, including Goucher. So he's fortunate here that there's a packed crowd that's cheering him on. If there were not a lot of people in the stands, this would be a much harder thing for him to do. But people love Bob Kennedy, and they're helping him along.
Kennedy, who had to drop out of the 10,000 because of that spinal injury he suffered in the automobile accident, has built a big lead here in the 5,000. This is the final. The top 3 finishers will represent the United States in Sydney. And Bob Kennedy continues to roll along with a big lead. Andre Williams now is in second. Chris Graff third. Peter Sherry is fourth. And while they continue in the 5,000, let's go back to Dwight and get a report on the men's hammer throw.
All right, Tom, this is the Olympic silver medalist from Atlanta, 39-year-old, at least next month he will be 39-year-old, Lance Deal, left-handed hammer thrower. This guy just keeps coming back from abusing his body and being injured, but boy, is he ready in the Olympic years. And this, the 3rd round throw for the big guy, 258 feet, 9 inches, and once again on the Olympic team. Now there's some fireworks here in the 6th round. Former West Point grad, 25-year-old from Windsor, Connecticut, Gerald Ingalls, 9th at the 96 Olympic trials, and goes from 5th in the 6th round up into 3rd and temporarily on the Olympic team. Now, speaking of Olympic teams, Judd Logan, he has the Masters record for the hammer because he's just turned 41 years old 2 days ago. And on his 6th and final throw, the 3-time Olympian, as he cheers it on, breaks Gerald Ingalls' heart and moves into 3rd place with his best throw of the competition, 2:32.11. Now, Kevin McMahon, who has been in 2nd place the entire competition, was on the 96 team in Atlanta, 28-year-old Georgetown grad. He dumped out on that last one. It doesn't matter. Pan Am silver medalist still threw well early enough in the competition that he will return to the Olympic Games. So it's Deal, McMahon, and Logan. An awful lot of experience amongst those 3 gentlemen for Sydney. As you see the final results, how Gerald Ingalls' heart was broken on that 6th and final throw. Back to Tom and Marty and the 5,000.
All right, Dwight, thank you very much. Less than 6 laps to run, and Bob Kennedy continues to lead. Mark Davis has now taken 2nd, and Adam Goucher has moved up to 3rd. Jason Stewart is in 4th, and Matt Lane is in 5th. And Bob Kennedy's margin over Mark Davis has been steadily shrinking.
Well, Bob Kennedy has been slowing over the last 2 laps, and Davis is on his shoulder now. Goucher's not that far behind.
And with 5 laps to go in the 5,000, we'll return for the conclusion in the men's 5,000 right after these messages.
Wow.
Brad Hauser.
My glasses anywhere around here.
Brad Hauser now fourth. Davis, Kennedy, Goucher, Brad Hauser, and then Lane, Brad Hauser, and Taylor. Rogers is in there. Kennedy, Davis, Goucher, Brad Hauser, Lane, and Stewart.
Okay. All right.
Nick Rogers.
In the white top.
Just past Lane, yeah. Three laps to go in the men's 5,000 final. And as you can see, they have bunched up since we left you. Bob Kennedy still trying to hang in there as Nick Rogers, the Hauser twins, Adam Goucher, they're all within striking distance.
Now Mark Davis, who was in second place, led for about a lap and a half from Kennedy, but gave it back to Kennedy, and then Rogers, the tall runner in front, went into the lead. Rogers dropped out of the 10,000 meters earlier in the week. Goucher still in the back on the outside now. The pace slowed for the last couple of laps, and people now are starting to catch their breath, setting this up to be very fast over the last lap, which is what Bob Kennedy did not want, and Adam Goucher probably does not want a fast last lap.
And Bob Kennedy has faded back into fifth position.
We'll see if he can recover. The pace has dropped off to the point where guys that are in the shape these guys are in can actually recover. They're now gathering themselves for that final kick where they'll go into almost an entirely different form over the last 300 meters.
2 laps to go. Nick Davis has the lead, or Nick Rogers has the lead. And Mark Davis is in second. Adam Goucher is there third. Then Brad Hauser is fourth. Matt Lane is fifth, and Bob Kennedy now is in sixth place.
The pace is 13:32 for 5,000 meter pace. Not really fast. That's 10 seconds faster, 10 seconds slower than Steve Prefontaine ran when he won the Olympic trials. So it's become tactical, and Goucher in third place looks pretty good. But Kennedy's really in trouble.
He is indeed, as Nick Rogers now has built a big lead. Brad Hauser is now his closest pursuer, with Adam Goucher shortly behind in third. And Mark Davis has fallen back to fourth. Matt Lane is fifth, and Bob Kennedy struggling in sixth place. They have 1 lap to go. There's Kennedy struggling down the home stretch, but he's not going to make it. It doesn't appear at this time. Nick Rogers leads into the final lap. Adam Goucher has taken over in second place. Brad Hauser is third. Matt Lane is fourth. They're down the back stretch. And the battle is between Goucher and Hauser, second and third, because Nick Davis has a big lead.
Now Goucher seems a little uneven in his form. He needs to look around and decide whether he wants to win the race and risk aggravating his injury or just be calm and make the team. But Goucher's MO is, I gotta win every time I go to the line.
Goucher goes to the lead. Rogers is fading badly as Hauser passes him as well. Rogers is back into third, but he'll still make the team if he can hold on. Adam Goucher, Achilles injury and all, leads Brad Hauser through the straightaway. Nick Rogers holding in third. It's going to be Adam Goucher to win it. Hauser's going to finish second, and the final Olympic spot goes to Nick Rogers in third. Matt Lane will finish fourth, then Mark Davis fifth, and Bob Kennedy struggling home in 6th place.
Well, you could see Goucher in that last 200 yards is fighting to keep his form. I think the leg, well, he's limping. He's dragging his leg off the track with him. As you see the other Hauser finish his race, Bob Kennedy ran about the way you would expect a guy in his second 5,000 of the year. It's Goucher who's the surprise, who's able to run about a 13:32, but there's Kennedy, who has carried the banner for U.S. distance runners for a decade now.
Kennedy, who lost so much training after the car accident in May, will not be making the trip to Sydney. The man who has carried the U.S. standard for distance running the last few years.
Here is a foot race, and Goucher, who was the top American last year, wasn't going to try and let any doubts be sown in anyone's mind. What a pressure-filled week he's had.
Well, Nick Rogers finishing 3rd, but does not have the A qualifying standard for the Olympics, 13:29. He just missed. He missed by 48 hundredths of a second, so he has until September 11th to make that A standard. Right now, Jim's with the first 3 finishers.
All right, thank you very much, Tom. Adam, you were shoveling some rocks. You almost didn't make it into this race. How bad did the hurt hip and how much of a problem was it for you?
Oh, it was a big problem. Coming into this race, I still didn't know. I knew that Monday's race helped me out a lot. Get the rust out and get ready to race fast.
It's a hard thing to do an interview for the folks at home. Brad, let me bring you in. How much did your brother Brett help you, even though he didn't qualify here today? How much has he helped you earn this position?
Well, Brett and I, we do everything together. So a training partner, he's the one I owe it to. He's with me every step. I'm with him every step. It's a great team, along with the rest of the Stanford team.
Nick, let me ask you, you had to drop out of the 10,000 meters just a few days ago.
Yeah.
How did you revitalize yourself and make yourself available for this?
Good food and good rest, you know. I think I was just feeling tired in the 10 as it was. So I just made sure I got lots of rest and came into this with my eyes on making the team again.
What's your plan now to get a qualifier?
I'm going to go to Europe now. I'm not quite sure what. I was hoping to get the qualifier. I really died over that last lap.
All right, guys, congratulations to y'all. And Tom, Bob Kennedy, very gracious in defeat, came over and gave them all a hug. Back upstairs to you.
All right, Jim, thank you very much. Adam Goucher, Brad Hauser will lead the U.S. 5,000 meter team. Now, Nick Rogers again has until September 11th to make the Olympic A standard, 13:29. He only missed by 48 hundredths of a second. If he doesn't make it, Matt Lane, who finished 4th, will go to Sydney. Coming up next, the women's 5,000 meters. We'll see Regina Jacobs again.
Huh? You see any black reading glasses around?
None of it ties in. I don't know.
Black reading glasses.
Okay. All right. Cut us a little short on the results, Sam, but Matt Lane in 4th will go because he has the A standard. Yeah, but not over the results. Yeah.
So I need glasses.
That was rough.
I think I'll use that, Sam. I haven't got it
What
on
do you
yet.
think the temperature is? I was thinking it was kind of hot because they ran so slow.
Well, it looks like about
Tom, there'll be a reply to that. There'll be a rebuttal.
It's hard to say here. Beautiful diesel fumes in full force tonight.
Okay.